Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We are in the labyrinth, the fantasy trip. We're taking a look at this book now. This is going to be a new video series. I got a couple of videos planned to get us started, but first let's start with a character. Here's what a character sheet would look like. You only have 3 important stats, and then the others come from it. So you have your HP, which comes from your strength. So your strength determines how many hit points you have. Your dexterity determines if you can hit things. Your IQ determines how much talents or spells you have. Your mana is equal to your strength. So your strength is both your hit points and your spell casting power. Armor subtracts from damage, and then weapons are based off of how strong you are to whether you can wield them or not effectively in combat. And then this is a D6 game, even though me and my friends sometimes use other dice. The D6s are all you really need to play. You'll roll 3 D6s underneath your stats to attempt something. Say I want to go climb a wall. And it's going to be, the GM rules that it's going to be an easier climb. So I only need to roll 3 6-sided dice underneath my strength score to climb it. Now, if I had a talent for climbing, which I could purchase based on my IQ points when I create my character or as I level up, if I pick a climbing talent, I could get an advantage on it. And that advantage could be I roll 1 less dice when I climb. So I'm rolling 2 dice under strength now. And the classes are divided up into 2 different types. You have a hero class, which is your wide range of actual classes, or a wizard class, which is your spellcasters. All your spellcasters in this game are classified as wizards. Wizards can't use ferrous metal. They can't use iron. It interferes with their spellcasting. That said, the easiest way around there is to just get a pure silver weapon if you want to use a weapon. That said, also, talents, proficiency in weapons and stuff cost more for a wizard to learn than learning a spell. But for a hero, learning those talents is easy, where learning a spell is a lot harder. The races in this book that you have to choose from for your starting characters, if you were choosing and not rolling randomly, because it's set up to roll all this randomly, and we'll go over that probably in the next video. I'll create a character on camera so that way y'all can see the process. But the races are elf, goblin, dwarf, human, orc, halfling, and a half-breed. The half-breed you roll twice, and that's the half-breed you are. The hero classes that you would get to roll are priest, rogue, thief, ranger, fighter, scholar, healer, spy, merchant. There are 3 types of wizards that you would roll if you end up as a wizard character. You're a martial wizard with an IQ over 11. You're a martial wizard with a strength over 11. Or you're a wizardly thief. And then there's optional tables to use for your fighter if you roll a fighter. That could give you more interesting background information. Maybe it helps you pick a couple extra talents that will round out the character. Same thing with the wizard. And then there are optional personality traits you can add to your character sheet. You could do an appearance. Or is your guy ugly or really good looking? If you wanted to do it randomly, you're rolling 2 6-sided dice. 2 is ugly as sin, and 12 is extremely good looking. Same thing with bravery. 12 is very brave, and 2 is a total coward. Friendliness, 12, you like everyone, or 2, you hate everyone. So you'd fall within that scale. Honesty, 12, you're absolutely honest, and 2, you're utterly corrupt. Mood, 12, you're loud, aggressive, and extroverted. Or a 2, you're quiet, shy, withdrawn. So you roll the 2 dice and you're within that scale. And that all gives you basis on how to play your character. Because there is no alignment in the labyrinth. There's no restriction on on playing your character however you want, since there's no alignment there. And then armor in this game actually subtracts from the damage you take. So that's another advantage. But the heavier the armor, the more it impedes your dexterity score. In the old version of this game from about 40 years ago, the random race rolls were you could roll a giant, an elf, a goblin, a dwarf, a human, an orc, a halfling, a gargoyle, or a reptile man. And those were fun to play. So I will probably include that in a more detailed race video. I'll put it in the description in a detailed race video on what numbers on 3 dice would equal what race and what that race's attributes starting would be. Some of the races are more powerful than the regular races, and if that's the case, they'll level slower than the other races. And all it is you just start. It'd be like starting a D&D game and you'd be, one guy is like level 4 and everyone else is level 1. Well, he's already at level 4 XP, and if you're only achieving level 1 XP as you all are adventuring, well, he's only getting level 1 XP, so he has like thousands of more XP he needs to level while you all don't. Well, I think I'll call that it for this video, and in the next video I will do more detailed on the races. I'll do a character creation video and a few others, and I will expand into this book so that way you all can see this. I love running this game because it's easy to prep as a game master. There's only 3 stats that are important. The monsters are in the back of this small book. The book only has 172 pages, so it's not like it's a really big book. And this is the combination of the 3 books they released about 40 years ago. So everything's in this one book. They've made some changes, but it's a fun game. Well, until we all game again, guys.